Section 1. A dangerous secret. Unveiling the state secrets privilege. The state secrets privilege is a powerful tool. It lets the government hide information from courts. This information might be about national security. The government says revealing it would harm the country. But this privilege can be abused. It can hide wrongdoing and erode our freedoms. We need to understand this privilege and its potential for harm. Think of it like this. The government operates in the open. We see its actions and judge them. But the state secrets privilege creates a hidden room. Inside that room, the government can act with secrecy. This secrecy makes it hard to hold the government accountable. We need transparency in a democracy. We need to know what our government is doing even when it comes to national security. Without transparency, power goes unchecked. The state secrets privilege, while potentially necessary at times, creates a dangerous shadow. Section 2. The Reynolds Case. A cloak of secrecy descends. The state secrets privilege wasn't always so powerful. It took shape in the 1953 case of. This case involved a military plane crash. Families of the deceased sued for wrongful death. They wanted information about the crash. The government claimed the information was a state secret. It argued releasing it would harm national security. The Supreme Court agreed with the government. It ruled that some information is so sensitive it must be kept secret. This ruling established the state secrets privilege as we know it. The case set a dangerous precedent. Before, the government had to prove that revealing information would harm national security. After, the government merely had to assert it. This shift gave the government broad power to conceal information. The case was a turning point. It expanded the government's ability to operate in secrecy. This expansion came at the cost of transparency and accountability. Section 3. Balancing Act. National security versus open courts. The government argues the state secrets privilege is essential for national security. It says revealing sensitive information could help enemies. It could expose intelligence sources and methods. This argument has merit. Some information, if released, could genuinely harm our country. Think about troop movements during wartime. Sharing that information could put soldiers at risk. The same goes for intelligence gathering. Exposing methods could make it harder to collect information in the future. However, this privilege isn't about protecting all government information. It's about protecting information that is truly vital to national security. The problem is, the government often uses the privilege too broadly. It uses it to shield itself from embarrassment or legal consequences. This overreach undermines the balance between security and transparency. Section 4. Justice obstructed. When secrets conceal wrongdoing. The state secrets privilege can obstruct justice. It can prevent victims of government wrongdoing from having their day in court. Imagine the government harms you. You sue, seeking justice. The government claims the information you need to prove your case is a state secret. The court accepts this claim. You're left with no way to fight back. This scenario isn't hypothetical. It has cases involving alleged torture, rendition, and illegal surveillance. The government has used the state secrets privilege to avoid accountability for potential human rights abuses. This lack of accountability is a democracy. When the government can operate in secrecy, it can act with impunity. It can violate our rights without consequence. This is why the state secrets privilege is so dangerous. It creates a be suspended. Section 5. Shadows of tyranny, surveillance, and detention without recourse. The state secrets privilege has been used to justify mass surveillance programs. It has been used to shield the government from lawsuits challenging the indefinite detention of individuals at Guantanamo Bay. These are not isolated incidents. They represent a pattern of government overreach. Think about the implications of mass surveillance. The government collecting data on our phone calls, emails, and internet browsing history. This kind of surveillance erodes our privacy and chills free speech. It creates a climate of fear and self-censorship. Indefinite detention without trial is another terrifying consequence of the state secrets privilege. Individuals suspected of terrorism, even if never charged with a crime, can be held indefinitely. The government argues that releasing them or even holding trials would risk national security. This practice undermines the very foundation of our justice system, the presumption of innocence. Section 6. Trust eroded, the high cost of government secrecy. The state secrets privilege comes at a high cost. It erodes trust in our government and our institutions. When the government operates in secrecy, it breeds suspicion. It makes us question whether our leaders are acting in our best interests. This lack of trust is incredibly damaging. Think about it. A healthy democracy requires an informed and engaged citizenry. But how can citizens be informed if the government is constantly withholding information? How can they trust that their leaders are acting responsibly? The state secrets privilege creates a wall between the government and the governed. It fosters a climate of secrecy and suspicion. This climate makes it difficult to have open and honest conversations about national security. Section 7. Reclaiming our rights. A call to action for transparency and reform. We need to demand reform. We need to push for greater transparency and accountability from our government. This doesn't mean compromising national security. It means striking a better balance between security and freedom. We can start by demanding narrower use of the state secrets privilege. The government should only invoke it in the most extreme cases. It should have to prove, not merely assert, that releasing information would harm national security. We can also support organizations fighting for government transparency. The ACLU, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, and the Brennan Center for Justice are just a few examples. These organizations are on the front lines, challenging government overreach and defending our civil liberties. Finally, we need to stay informed and engaged. We need to hold our elected officials accountable. We need to demand that they prioritize transparency and respect our fundamental freedoms. This is how we reclaim our rights and ensure that justice is served, not silenced.